reshuffle? Is it a shuffle?
Yes.
Or is it management?
No, sir.
Let's first of all put context into the text. You know, text without context means nothing.
Yes.
We are coming at the background when the president appointed the cabinet. He had a meeting with them in Naivasha and told them they need to be taught even the etiquettes. Some of them, he said, even need to be told which side of the spoon to hold, which fork and the knife. So could you imagine appointing a cabinet that is still learning how to hold a fork and knife and the rest? He said it in Naivasha. And those can be quoted. And secondly, he was with them in State House during the performance contracting and said that he knows more about the ministries than them, which means they were more incompetent than the president himself, isn't it? He said that, my brother, just let me speak because I don't interrupt. You know, we are in a decent society. So he said himself that he knows more about those ministries than his own cabinet. And that means that he was saying they are incompetent because there are several ways to say it. And he said he needed a written apology. So far, we haven't seen that written apology. And I'm saying the president and the deputy president, they continue threatening people. If I threaten you, if I go home and tell my son, if you play, I'll slap you, then I don't slap them. Now, if you play more, I'll kick you, then I don't kick them. If you play more, I'll kick you. My son will know that my father is a joker. And that's what all the cabinet knows. So all those reshuffles, it begins with leadership. Is the president serious that he wants results? Or this is managing Kenya? So who is being managed? Is he managing the cabinet or managing Kenyans or managing politics? This for me is an important question to ask because sometimes he's managing Kenyans, not managing the cabinet, and they know they are doing nothing and saying, let's just reshuffle. Like I remember, even as a young boy, when I was growing up, there's a time when my mother had an issue with some people in church, and my father was a catechist, told my mother, just go and tell them you are very sorry, though we know they are very wrong. He was managing the people, not managing my mother. By my mother saying I'm sorry, he knows my mother didn't believe it, mean it. But it was important for her just to say sorry so that those people can know that she's sorry, but they were wrong, according to her. Maybe they were right. So for me, the most important thing here is who is being managed and what is the end game. I'm happy that you are saying you are serving in Ruto's government and you are telling me that politics is more important than economics. I'm sure you guys need to tell Kenyans now because this is what you didn't tell us. They told us during the campaign that economics, bottom up, nini, mama mbogas, the so-called boda boda was more important than somebody else. And they positioned that it is an economic discussion. The president, actually, I applauded him for saying, this campaign is an economic discussion. Yes. When he goes to office, economics is more, politics is more important than economics. Let me tell you what, for me, I don't want to say politics versus economics. I'm a Solomonic person, isn't it? Leadership. I don't care whether it's politics or economics. A leader knows how to navigate politics, balance it with economics, because if Kenyans are not eating Simba, you are in trouble. As a president, I can tell him now, on television if he ever listens, any Kenyan going to bed on empty stomach is taxes lost. Simba, any Kenyans who has eaten, you have taxed their stomach. That's it. Because for someone to eat bread, you tax bread, isn't it? For someone to eat ugali, you have taxed ugali. Any Kenyan going on empty stomach, that's economics. Yes. Any money in the hands of a common Kenyan is the president money. Because if I give you 10,000 shillings now, Simba, you'll go fuel your beautiful car, isn't it? Yes. Immediately you pay taxes. If you go and have lunch today, you pay taxes. Anytime a Kenyan consumes, the president gets money. Anytime Kenyans do not consume anything, you lose money. So if he goes on empty stomach, he's fasting your taxes. So do you want Kenyans to continue fasting taxes for you, or you want to give? Then second thing, the president has given the cabinet less than 1 year, isn't it? Isn't it? Yet he's telling Kenyans, wait even for 3 years for me to deliver. Why has he not given the cabinet 10 years? Cheragei says that 5 years is too few to execute, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But now the president can reshuffle within 1 year, which means he's also dissatisfied. His Kenyans are equally dissatisfied, not just with the cabinet. Finally, I'll urge him, if you discover that by reorganizing this guy, he delivered anything, you also resign. Because if you can't deliver, what is your role in being office? If your cabinet can deliver, you can deliver,
yes.
you have reshuffled,
yes.
you have shuffled, you have managed, no results, leave office. And Simba, again, if you allow me, the problem the Kenya Kwanza cabinet lacks is coordination.
Yes.
Moses Korea was talking as if he's the head of treasury. Trade and industrialization has its own role, isn't it? You are talking the cost of living fuel are in petroleum. There's a ministry for that. Everybody can say everything, anything, anytime in this cabinet. There must be coordination in government,
yes.
where you speak, where you're supposed to speak.
Exactly.
And then you talk about the issue of importance of ministries. Ministries, as per the current structure of government, I'm a governance expert.
Yes.
There's no...
I want you to hold your thought there, because we have 45 seconds to go on break.
Yes.
Once we come back, I'll give you 2 minutes to complete your thought.